Arithmetic. This can be defined as a part of math that deals with manipulating numbers. Jane Yolen plays upon the idea of this to portray the inhumanity of the Holocaust and the devil's arithmetic. Now, in the beginning of the book, we're introduced to Hannah Stern. She's a 12-year-old Jewish girl who lives with her family in New Rochelle, New York. Now, initially, me personally, I don't really like her as a character because, like, she constantly complains about her family traditions. And it's actually so bad because the very first sentence of the book is actually a complaint as Hannah says, "I'm tired of remembering." Here she's referring to a Jewish tradition known as Passover, alright, where the Hebrews' liberation from slavery in Egypt around like 1200 BC is celebrated. Not only that, there's a bit of disconnect between Hannah and some of her family members because her family members, kind of experienced the Holocaust. And Hannah doesn't really understand, the full range of cruelty that they experienced. Now, I don't mean to sound like a history teacher, but just to give some context, the first 2 nights of Passover are celebrated with a Seder, which is a religious meal and ceremony that marks the beginning of Passover. Another part of a Seder is opening the door for the prophet Elijah due to the belief that he'll return to answer questions regarding Jewish life. So, ironically, they obviously get the one person that isn't completely interested in, the tradition to open the door, which is Hannah. Now, I'm not going to lie, the book does get really interesting around here, so I'm not going to give too many spoilers, but she wakes up in a home with two people that she's unfamiliar with, and they refer to her as Kaya, which means life in Yiddish. So she kind of has an identity crisis here, and she doesn't really know what to do. So she accepts this new place as her reality for a bit until she can hopefully return to her world, maybe. Again, I'm trying not to give too much context, but she is taken back to the Holocaust. So imagine what she could do, like what preventative measures she could take, having the knowledge, of what the Holocaust was like before it happened. Now, I do think this was a fairly good book. In my opinion, I give it like a 7.5 out of 10. I feel like the ending was a tad bit rushed, but overall, I do like the message that, the book gave. So, yeah, go read the book.